Hello, my name is Ricky Whitehead, and I'm going to be speaking with you about merchandising elements. Merchandising is the activity of promoting the sale of goods. When a business has effective merchandising, they will see an increase in both customer satisfaction and sales. Effective merchandising involves so much more than having a pretty display. Store layouts, lighting, use of color, and use of space is just a few of the elements that can be used to create effective merchandising. During this presentation, we will look at some examples of merchandising and discuss what elements each use and how they impact the customer and a store's bottom line. Dump bin. The first example we are going to look at is a dump bin. This is a creative example of the merchandising element of mass display. At this Five Below store, they have used large wheelbarrows and tubs to house various products at the entrance of the store. These bins are big so that customers can see the product well and also clearly marked with the price. This follows company standards because it allows a large amount of product to be displayed in a small space and it is well organized. The purpose of this element is to place low priced popular items at the front of the store. This creates the image of value in a customer's mind, making them want to purchase more from the store due to good prices. This technique can affect a store's bottom line by enticing customers to buy more through showcasing popular, cheap items first in a fun display. Point of purchase. The second example we are going to look at is point of purchase. This is an example of merchandising elements of use of space. At this Kohl's store, they have used displays and shelves to create a checkout line for customers. These shelves are filled with small items, candy accessories, etc. This example follows company standards because it is well organized and creates good traffic flow to the checkout. The purpose of this element is to use shelving and displays in a way that does not waste space and places popular products in prime locations. This element makes the customer feel as if the store is organized and well stocked. It is also places popular items that customers want in easy to find places. This technique can affect a store's bottom line by moving high demand products out faster. In this specific example, the use of space encourages customers to make impulse buys while waiting in line to check out. Action Alley. The next example we are going to look at is an action alley that incorporates several merchandising elements such as store layouts, signs, and lighting. This Five Below store is laid out to include an action alley that goes through the middle of the store and has smaller aisles branching off to show customers the different departments they have, different color light up signs. This follows company standards because the layout promotes traffic flow and the signs are clear. The purpose of these elements is to make best use of the store space, promote traffic flow, and direct customers where to go. For the customers, these elements create organization, which shows what all is offered, but also gives the option to quickly go to a specific department if they need to. The color and lighting is this specific example is fun and hip, which matches the image that this store tries to create. These techniques can affect a store's bottom line by creating an organized feel that shows customers what all they have to offer as soon as they enter the store, which encourages them to shop around and ultimately buy more. Color shelf labels. Next, we are going to look at shelf labels that use the merchandising element of color. This example comes from a Walmart store where the color red is added to the shelf tags to show what items are on rollback. These tags also stick out from the shelf so that they are visible to consumers just walking by. This follows company standards because it uses the color red, which is always used by Walmart for sale clearance items, and it clearly marks the price. The purpose of this element is to draw customers' attention to the product. This technique can affect a store's bottom line by attracting customers to buy a specific product, producing more sales. Cross merchandising. The next example illustrates the merchandising element of cross merchandising. With this element, items that are used together are grouped together in a display. This picture is from Walmart, where everything needed for s'mores is grouped together: marshmallows, graham crackers, chocolate, and a fire pit. The purpose of this element is to encourage the sale of all items associated with an event. This example follows company standards because it is a display that makes sense and each separate item is clearly priced. This makes consumers want to purchase all of the items and makes shopping easier, especially if it includes items that are on the complete other end of the store. This can impact a store's bottom line by increasing sales due to these impulse buys. Mass display. Next, we have the first of two different examples of merchandising element mass displays. A mass display is whenever a company places a high volume or product in front of the customer. This example comes from a Kohl's store and is the display as soon as you come into the door. Not only it is a mass display, but it also uses the elements of color with red and white and blue theme, as well as cross merchandising, having clothing from all departments as well as luggage. The purpose of mass displays is to place high demand items in a traffic areas of the store. This particular example follows company standards because it is not cluttered and makes sense due to the fact that the July 4th holiday travel period was coming up. The effect that this technique has on customers is that it shows them a large amount of merchandise that is often popular or seasonal, which makes them want to buy it more. It affects the bottom line of the store by resulting in more customers buying impulse items simply because they see them on the display. This increases sales performance. Our final picture is another example of merchandising element mass display. This example comes from a Marshall store. It shows a very full table display at the end of a major aisle. This display is loaded with seasonal decor and also utilizes the elements of color with red and white and blue theme. The purpose of mass displays, as mentioned in this previous slide, is to place high demand items in high traffic areas of the store. The effect that this technique has on customers is that it shows them a large amount of merchandise that is often popular or seasonal, which makes them want to buy it more. It affects the bottom line of the store by resulting in more customers buying impulse items simply because they see them on the display. This increases sales performance. In closing, these are just a few examples of ways that different stores incorporate merchandising elements into their store layouts and displays. All of these work together to accomplish the goal of customer satisfaction while also increasing sales performance.